your report on GameStop, titled "GameStop's Next Chapter: Profits, $6 billion Balance Sheet, and Bitcoin Treasury Strategy Analysis." So you begin the report with quite a lengthy section on Ryan Cohen himself. He has become, I would say, an increasingly controversial character, although it seems like a lot of people have faith in his abilities. How would you describe his style of business?
He's a contrarian. He is hands-on. He has a hands-on approach. He is a very pure person, I'd say. He has mentioned that a lot of times that he hates how corporate America is structured, the way that the C-suite executives are earning substantial amount of money for basically losing shareholder money, right? So for destroying shareholder value. And he's very, very passionate about that, honestly. I'd say, yeah, he's a very pure guy. I don't know why people are so controversial about him, because he has an approach of, he has a contrarian approach to investing. So he finds basically dead companies, and he has a combinatory effect of Warren Buffett and Carl Icahn. So he finds undervalued companies as Warren Buffett, and as Carl Icahn, he messages them, sends them letters as, hey, you need to fix this and that. So I understand that many are finding him controversial because of Best, Bad, and Beyond, right? So because he invested in it, and I think he exited it literally just a couple of months later, and people are saying that he dumped on some, but he's a completely, it was his idea to invest and his idea to exit. He wasn't dumping on anyone, and everybody else who chose to invested on their own accord, not because he made them do that. So I think that thinking of Ryan Cohen as a controversial person, as a bad person, as a grifter, or anyone else is kind of, it is just not right.
So what do you make of his tweets? I'm in the middle of editing his a chapter that's almost exclusively about the tweets, right? So
yeah,
they're called the Twitterverse breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
So basically, he's just out there tweeting what could be construed as a whole bunch of stream of consciousness nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Or on the whole other end of the spectrum, he could be detailing in great detail every single move that he plans to make way ahead of time for people who, spend the time deciphering what on earth they could mean. Where do you sit on that spectrum of what he's trying to do with his Twitter account?
I think 99% of people that think that they have to decipher something are wrong. It's just like nonsense tweets. He's just having fun. And sometimes he is just writing his thoughts, like, as I said, about the executive compensation, that they have to invest their own money, etc. So, but basically, I'd say she's just blabbering stuff just for fun most of the time.
He spent quite a lot of time railing very hard against like executive compensation, against as you mentioned, like his desire for shareholders to create actual value for or for board members to create actual value for the company that they're shareholders in. And what do you think? Why do you think he seems to be, not quite uniquely, but in a very small minority of people who is frustrated by this and openly willing to say something about it? Like, why do you think he's the one sticking his head above the parapet?
I think it's just how he was, how his parents taught him, honestly. What kind of example he had compared to his father, right? What he saw every day, on a day-to-day basis when he was a child. It's very important. And at the same time, of course, like As time passes, you change a lot, but still, most of those board members are in that structure, in that ecosystem, right? So why they should speak against that? They're earning money for nothing. They're earning money just for, they're basically doing nothing. And you can see that everywhere, not only in like C-suite executives, but also in other people, just random, I don't know, coder or marketing guy or writer or anyone else, right? You can see that there's really not that much people that love hard work, and especially now, most people think that you don't need hard work to be successful. Everything should be given to you on a silver plate, which is an incorrect way to look at your life and basically as a world as a whole. So things are just in that ecosystem. They're benefiting from it, and why they should change that? Just why?
Yeah, I mean, well, the argument would be to build stronger companies, given that that's what shareholders or board members are supposed to do. But it's not always the way things go, unfortunately.
Exactly.
So since taking over, Ryan Cohen has had quite a significant impact on the board and the people that are operating at the executive level in the company. Obviously, being one of the largest shareholders and chairman sort of gives you a bit of influence in that area. How would you describe the kinds of people he seems to like to work with, and what do you think he's trying to assemble in a team of people sitting around him?
I think it's basically the same kind of people that are similar to him. So they're hungry, they're hardworking, they want to change something, right? They want to do something good. And but the most important thing is that they're hungry, very, very hungry. They want something a lot. So that would be it.
Hunger. Yeah, I've heard him use that description as well. I think he said he likes people with a chip on his shoulder, which I thought was very interesting. Yeah. Which, I mean, maybe it sort of depends what kind of chip. You don't want, someone who has weird obsessions with, I don't know, mayonnaise or something.
Or ketchup.
Yeah, ketchup. Yeah. How deep have you gone inside the, I don't know, the GameStop community, like the apes? How deep have you been on Reddit, or on Twitter, or have you stayed away from those things and you've sort of just tried to focus on looking at the business itself?
Up until 2023, I was reading their DDs every single day. Basically, seriously, Peruvian bull, Cryan, all the bot farm, I think. So there were a lot of people. I forgot the name of the guys that put banana up his ass. So I've seen it all.
Sometimes I just forget how ridiculous some of the things that happened are. I find that, like, going back through my notes for the book, I'm like, they really did that? Yeah. The guy eating the whole jar of mayonnaise nearly made me throw up.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Good news, everyone. My book about GameStop, The Craziest Story Ever Told, is now finished. Well, almost. Still waiting for the final draft. So, in the meantime, I think you should look at pre-ordering it or any one of the multiple fantastic, beautiful t-shirts that I have designed in order to sell with the book. Thank you, everyone, for your patience over the last few years while I have been finishing it very slowly. And I am really, really excited for people to read it. Link is in the description below. Enjoy the podcast.